And we're back here on the Husker Online show. Sean Callahan, as we talked about at the top of the show, Nebraska has added a quarterback commit for the class of 2023, one of the most accomplished football players to come out of the state of Massachusetts in a number of years, quarterback William Watson, joining us now here on the Husker Online show. First of all, William, congratulations on the commitment. I'm sure it's a relief to kind of have this behind you.
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, let's talk about Nebraska. I mean, this seemed, for people out here, it came pretty quick. I mean, obviously you visited Lincoln back on January 22nd that weekend. You got the offer from Mark Whipple shortly after. What led you to make this decision right now?
Well, first when I came to Lincoln, I felt like I was right back in Springfield, Massachusetts. So that played a big role. And I knew Coach Whipple. Like, me and him had a previous relationship coming from Pitt, and he actually grew up. Like, I actually grew up with him, like, working camps. So I was going to UMass every day, like, working with him. And then, yeah, that's where it kind of came from. So we built that relationship since I was in 6th grade, and he knew about me. And now we're here. I knew that was the guy to go with. It was just the right feeling.
Yeah, what do you remember about those days? I mean, you were a young 6th grade kid going up to UMass and helping out Mark Whipple. I mean, what do you remember just about those times and Coach Whipple? What stood out back then?
Well, back then, I used to think, like, nobody noticed me. I was just a young kid, like, around a bunch of high school kids just throwing the ball. But the whole time, I didn't even know, like, he was watching me. And my father was kind of, like, telling me, like, yo, don't put your head down. You're young. Nobody's going to give you an opportunity. You're in 6th grade. Like, I'm thinking I'm supposed to go there and get an offer, but really I was just going there to get my name out there and get connections, and that's exactly what I did.
Well, then, you came up to Lincoln. You got to see the state of Nebraska, the facilities, spent more time with Mark Whipple. I'm sure you spent a lot of time with Coach Frost. What were your impressions of the state of Nebraska and just the program, the facilities when you got up here to see it all?
Well, I'm seeing what I've seen on TV, no matter what it is. Nebraska as a whole seems like one big family. I mean, the fans are behind you, win or losing. They're at every game. The team, I can tell they never got down on each other. They just trying to figure out how to win. And I think they're going to do that this year with Whipple's offense. Coach Frost, I mean, he's a great guy, very down to earth, and I like his energy too. Like, he's fired up all the time. That's somebody I want to play for.
Whipple's coached a lot of guys, a lot of quarterbacks from the NFL to college, a lot of great ones. I mean, has he kind of told you who you remind him of as far as skill set goes?
No, he hasn't, but he has told me that I have potential to be an NFL quarterback. So that means a lot coming from him, and I'm going to work my tail off to make sure I make that happen. Who do
you model yourself after? If there's a guy that you like to watch play, who are the quarterbacks you like to watch play?
Lamar Jackson, that's who I model my game after. I mean, people try to say he can't throw, he's a running back, but the guy has a cannon, number one. Number two, he makes tight window passes all the time. So, I mean, I think as of right now, Lamar Jackson is not only my favorite player, but who I model my game after.
Now, you're also a basketball player. You made your announcement at the basketball game. Do you play other sports besides football and basketball, or are those the main two?
I run track also.
Oh, wow. So are you a sprinter in the 100, the 200?
Yes, I sprint. I run the 100, the 400, and I long jump. And then I throw the javelin, too.
Oh, wow. So you use that arm and that speed both on the track as well.
Yes, sir. That's how you build the arm strength.
How what type of times were you running in the track meets?
I haven't ran track this year, but I know I got way faster since last year. Last year I ran an 11.2, and then this year I'm expecting to run, I want to say, probably a 10.8, 10.7.
Now, are you a guy that you obviously got another year of high school? Do you plan to enroll early and graduate? Are you going to finish out your entire senior year out there in Springfield?
I plan on enrolling early, get up there in January, and try to compete in spring ball.
Is that something that you talked to Coach Whipple about? Like, look, I'll be up there as soon as I can. I mean, is that another reason why you wanted to make this announcement when you did?
Yes, I had told him when I committed. I told him I committed on the phone. Told him I'll be enrolling early, and then after that, it was kind of like, let's just That's right.
What did you get a lot of time with Coach Frost? I mean, what were your impressions of just Coach Frost, and did you get a chance to talk to him when you committed?
Yes, he was. I met him when I went up to visit, and when I met him, I could just tell like that's the guy I wanted to play for. I mean, his characteristics resemble my father's. He seems like a father, not just his players, but he's there for other coaches as well. I mean, he's a great guy he's a great guy to me, and I'm looking forward to playing for him.
We're talking here with Nebraska quarterback commitment William Watson. And William, you were a state champion. Now, are you multi-year, or how many state championships have you won as a starting quarterback?
3 in a row.
3 in a row. So going for 4. I mean, is that how rare would that be for a guy to get a chance to get a 4th championship out there? And I'm sure it's just got to be huge for the western side of Massachusetts. To go in and stomp all those Boston schools every year and bring the championship back to the West.
Yeah, they hate that. They hate seeing us come out and playing against their Catholic teams. And we're kind of like nitty gritty inner city kids. So, I don't do any talking in the game because that's not a quarterback's job, but our DBs is yelling in their face. Our wide receivers is making plays, screaming, O-line, pancakes all over the place. I mean, running backs is hitting the hole. Everybody's hitting. People on that side of Mass don't really like that stuff. So that's why we do it.
And you guys, I mean, you don't back down. Somebody else I know, your coach that's now at UMass coaching defensive line there, you guys set up a game with IMG Academy, and that just says a lot about, we're not going to back down from anybody. Obviously, IMG is loaded with like 40 Division I guys, and he put you guys out there to compete. Yeah,
I mean, that game, I love that game. Games like those is where I get to test myself. I mean, playing against Western Mass, I'm really kind of just blowing through everybody, but when I play I like a team like IMG, and I really get to test myself and see my true talent, that's when I know. I'm like, after that IMG game, I knew I was ready for college because, I mean, those kids are supposed to be college ready right now, and I was making it happen on them.
Now, Nebraska opens up spring practice here on Monday of this next week. Are you going to get up here for a spring practice or the April 9th spring game? Have you thought about when we might see you back up in Lincoln?
I'm going to be up there April 9th for the spring game, and I'm going to bring my whole family.
So you're looking forward to that, getting a chance to maybe see some fans? I mean, because obviously you weren't here that long. I mean, you probably didn't get much of a chance to look around and see things at Nebraska.
Yeah, I got to see the facilities. I got to see the game field. I got to see everything. But I'm looking forward to, like, getting more into campus, seeing more classrooms and dorm living situations.
Well, William, we appreciate you taking some time. It sounds like you guys are celebrating the commitment tonight, and you guys got a pretty big basketball win too. I mean, when I heard you were making your announcement during the basketball game, I'm like, you must be pretty comfortable about what you're going to do to the opponent. I turned it on at halftime, and you guys were up by about 30 points at halftime. So you got a pretty good basketball team, it looks like, too.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, congratulations, William, and we're looking forward to seeing you maybe up here for the spring game later in April.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, William Watson here joining us, Nebraska's latest quarterback commit. Much more to come. You're listening here to the HuskerOnline Show.